going to see about the structure of eye. We know that every human has some sense organs. In that, the most important sense organ is eye. If there is no eye, we are unable to see any object or thing, and we will miss the colorful world to see. So here, this is the structure of eye. If you see the eye, this is the eyeball. This is spherical in shape, and here in front, this is a sharp curved one. It is mostly sharply curved, and this is the outermost layer of the eye also, and this layer is called as cornea, and this is the outer layer, and this is a transparent layer, such that it allows the light to pass into the eye. And next we have this space. In this space between the lens and the cornea, we have some space. In this space we have aqueous humor. So this is filled with fluid, and we call this as aqueous humor. And after that, here are the lens. These lenses are convex lens, and these lenses are adjustable, and these are called as crystalline lens, and they adjust according to our viewing of the object. And if you see between the cornea and lens, there is a thin layer. Here and here we can observe a thin layer. This layer is called as iris. This is the colorful part in the eye. So in the eye, which is the colorful part, means we can answer that iris is the colorful part in the eye. And between this iris, there is a hole. We call that hole as pupil. And here, if you look straight into the eye along with this pupil, we see a dark spot. That means if any light enter into the pupil, it will not return back. It won't come back. And why we observe dark in dark side, if you look into the pupil, means there is no light at this area. That means if you want to see any object, the light have to reflect. It should incident on the object, and it have to reflect to our eye. Then only we are able to see the object. And here the light goes in, but it won't reflect back. So that's why we see a dark spot. And here this pupil is adjusted. It can expand and it can contract, and that expansion and contraction of the pupil is due to this iris. Iris will make the pupil expand and contract. See, at night time, there will be a low lighting. So when the lighting is very low, the pupil will expand and will allow the most of the light inside to it. And if you consider afternoon time, as the light will be more, the pupil will become very small. As the amount of light entering will be more, it will become small. That means it will adjust according to the lighting. At low light, it will expand, and at more brightness, it will contract. So the contraction and expansion of the pupil is due to this iris. Iris will make the pupil to expand and contract. And now, if you consider, this is a screen, sensitive screen in our eye, and that is called as retina. That means if any object which we are seeing will incident on the screen, through the lens, it will incident on the screen, and that image we are able to identify. So whatever the image is incident on the screen, that we are able to identify. And here the whatever the image formed on the retina is a real image, inverted image, and very small image will incident on the retina of our eye, and it acts as a screen. In this screen, the image will be in incident on this, and here, if you see here, the lens is hold up with a muscle called ciliary muscle. This ciliary muscle will hold the eye lens, and this muscle will make the lens to contract and expand. So by this contraction and expansion, what happens is, see here, this is the lens and this is the screen. The distance between lens and screen is 2.5 centimeter, and this 2.5 centimeter will not change. It is fixed. That means images will form on the retina, and this is the lens. The distance between lens and image is called as image distance V. That means this V won't change. But what will change? The object distance will change. See, we will see some objects which are far from our eye, and we can see objects which are near to our eye. That means U changes. U will vary, but V is fixed. We know the lens formula, that 1 by F equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. Here V is fixed, U is variable, U will change. That means definitely this F also should change. Focal length also should change. That focal length is nothing but the focal length of eye will change. So who will change this focal length of eye? A ciliary muscle will change the focal length of eye. Here the focal length of eye can be adjusted from 2.5 centimeter to 2.27 centimeter. How it will adjust from this one to this one? See, if we want to see a far distant object, then our ciliary muscle will relax and eye lens will be thin and long, and at that time the focal length of eye will be 2.5 centimeter. And if you want to see a nearer object which is at a distance of least distance of distant vision, that is 25 centimeter, then the focal length of the eye will change to 2.27, as the ciliary muscles will make the this lens to contract, and the shape of the lens will change, and this lens mainly at middle it will be very hard, and at the ends it will be very soft. And see, it may change like this, thin and long, and sometimes thick like this. So by changing the shape of the lens, the focal length of the lens will change accordingly. It based upon the object which we are viewing. If the object is near, it will be like this. If the object is far away, it will be like this. And the focal length of eye will change from 2.5 to 2.27 centimeter. And this is very rare eye lens. See, we may see so many lens, a lens camera or a lens in a phone, we can see, but this is very rare eye lens. Reason is, the lens which we use in camera, we have to adjust them, but the eye lens, they adjust automatically. This is a gift of God, and very rare lenses are given by God to our eye, and the distance between this lens and retina is 2.5 centimeter. That is fixed, V is fixed, but U will change accordingly. F also have to change. So the changing of the F will be by the ciliary muscles. And next, here if you consider, this is the optical nerve of the eye. And here optical nerve consists of 120 millions of receptors, and in these receptors they are with cones and rods. So what these cones and rods will do? These cones will identify the color. Cones identify the color, and if there are no cones for a eye, then the person will suffer with color blindness. So he is unable to identify the colors. So blindness. And rods identify the intensity of light or brightness of light. Brightness or intensity of the light can be identified by these rods. If the person receptors are not having rods from birth onwards, he experiences the night blindness. So he experiences night blindness, and due to that he is unable to find the difference between day and night. So these duties are done by these cones and rods. Cones identify colors and rods identify the intensity of light or brightness of light. And next, coming here, and this is optical nerve. When the image is incident on the retina, when the image is incident on this retina, and we know that the image which is incident on the retina, as it acts as a screen, the image is real and inverted, and very small image will form. And this optical nerve, which has 1 million cells, it will carry the information to the brain, and the brain will identify that what the object we are viewing. If brain works properly, then only a person can be able to find out what the object is. What is he viewing? If the brain is not working properly, he may not view that whatever the object he is looking at. That means the image which is formed on the retina is inverted and real image, and these signals will be transmitted by the optical nerve to the brain, and then it will correct it and it will give the correct information to us, and by that we can identify what the object we are viewing. So these are the some parts which are in our eye. Cornea, it acts as it is a outermost layer and transparent layer this is. And next one here, aqueous humor, it is filled in this space, it is filled with fluid, that is called aqueous humor. And next one is lens. These lenses are very rare lens. It can adjust the focal length by its own. And next one is iris. The thin layer and color layer in our eye is iris only. And next one is pupil. Pupil is a hole and it seems to be dark, and whatever the light is entering into the pupil, it won't come back, and it can be adjusted, it can expand and contract with the help of this iris. And coming to retina, retina is a sensitive screen in the eye. And coming to the optical nerve, optical nerve consists of several receptors. In that receptors we have cones and rods. Cones identify color and rods identify the intensity of light. So, and here ciliary muscle. ciliary muscle will adjust the focal length of the eye, and the adjusting of focal length of eye is called as accommodation of eye. So due to the adjustment of ciliary muscle only, we are able to see the nearer object as well as the distant object. So this is about the structure of eye in the chapter Human Eye and Colorful World. Thank you.